Some very disturbing messages are being communicated in movies and TV shows produced by the largest entertainment corporations in the world. Let's take a look at some of these movies and TV shows, and then hear what John MacArthur has to say at the end. In She-Hulk, Jennifer Walters, the main character, explains how much better she is at controlling her emotions than Bruce Banner, the Hulk.
But we can't pretend like we aren't two of the few people on Earth that can actually protect her, which is why we have to make sure of your ability to tolerate distress and regulate your emotions, especially your anger.
Well, here's the thing, Bruce. I'm great at controlling my anger. I do it all the time. When I'm catcalled in the street, when incompetent men explain my own area of expertise to me, I do it pretty much every day, because if I don't, I will get called emotional or difficult, or might just literally get murdered. So I'm an expert at controlling my anger because I do it infinitely more than you. So all of this just feels like projecting a lot of shit onto me.
See?
No, I'm doing this.
Okay, this is completely new territory.
You guys have outgrown your binder, cuz. Love you, Bruce, but I'm going home.
She-Hulk is a girl power TV show where men are constantly belittled and overshadowed by the strong female characters. It took Bruce Banner years to learn how to control his Hulk powers, but we're supposed to believe that Jennifer Walters is already an expert at controlling her She-Hulk powers with absolutely no training, simply because she is an oppressed woman who has faced far more difficulty in life than Bruce Banner ever has, which completely ignores and belittles all the not insignificant struggles that Bruce Banner has faced in his own past. Listen to what Charlie's Angel director, Elizabeth Banks, tells men to do regarding her very blatantly feminist film.
When you think about what has been put out in media throughout history, it's mostly from a cisgendered white male perspective. And so everything that's not that feels a little bit fresher. So it feels like pretty good business. My real plea is for men to have enough empathy to go see movies starring women. Because I've been asked to go see movies starring men my entire life, and happily have done so. And I don't know why men don't return the favor.
Banks comes across as enormously entitled here. People watch movies not because people ask them to, but because they want to watch particular movies. If Charlie's Angels was actually a good, compelling, interesting movie, then naturally lots of men would go see it. However, the reality is that Charlie's Angels is a preachy feminist movie that portrays men as the problem and women as the solution to the problem of men, which makes it extremely reasonable why men would not be interested in watching this movie.
Pretty much all male characters in Charlie's Angels are in some way douchebags who treat women in a derogatory sense. I think there's a grand total of maybe 3 good guy men in this whole movie, and one of them dies, another is cleansed of his whatever sins by a woman's beauty, and the last is like the perfect man straight from a dystopian world where women have enslaved men.
I prepared a mini feast to honor our beautiful friend. I would love to apply a firm touch to your back. Do you consent? If you ever need to talk, I'm also a licensed psychotherapist.
Wow.
Movies like Charlie's Angels shows absolutely no subtlety in communicating that men are the enemy and women are the heroes, which is intersectionality at its worst. In the interview we saw earlier, we heard Banks speak negatively about the cisgendered white male perspective.
But according to critical social justice, the hegemony in America, the oppressor class in America is white, male, heterosexual, cisgendered, able-bodied, native-born, Christian.
Similarly to She-Hulk, the live-action remake of Mulan turned Mulan into an incredibly dull, lifeless character who is immediately talented at everything she does without any training.
Mulan has super chi abilities, so she can basically do anything and she doesn't have to train or get better like in the original. She just has to believe in herself. I guess.
So tell me about Mulan. Oh, well, at the beginning of the movie, we're gonna see her as a child, and she's basically superhuman. Oh, she is? Yeah, she has the ability to channel her chi, so she's borderline magic. She's had these powers since she was born? She sure has, sir. So she's straight up, she's Anakin, you know? She's Rey, she's Neo, she's frickin' Maybelline. Oh, being born with it is tight. Yeah. So in this version, she's not gonna grow into a warrior through cunning and hard work and perseverance? No, sir, she's just the chosen one. And what message do you think that's gonna be sending to kids? I don't know, sir, but what I do know is that this is a superhero movie now. Oh, those make us money, so please keep going.
More and more, female characters in movies and TV shows are being written with essentially no weaknesses to portray strength and toughness. Other similar female characters with essentially no weaknesses include Captain Marvel.
Anyway, so yeah, then she's gonna have to fight the Kree. Wow, is it gonna be difficult for her to take them on? Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, she just kind of taps into her full power and, you know, becomes the most powerful hero we've ever seen. What was her power set before that? Like photon blasts or something? Very vague. Yeah, kind of. And what are her powers now? Oh, just, you know, all of them.
And Rey from Star Wars.
So anyway, Rey is the new hero of the franchise. I'm listening. When we meet her, she's like super resourceful and has all these skills, and she's gonna lose everything and have to go through big changes. No, she's just gonna kind of realize that she has other skills too. Oh, so instead of having a character arc, no, it's more of a character just upwards line. Very interesting. And what's her backstory? Oh, we're barely gonna talk about it so everybody could come up with theories.
Speaking of strong female leads with essentially no weaknesses, there is Galadriel from Amazon's The Lord of the Rings of Power, who is so powerful she can basically do everything.
And then they're gonna get attacked by an ice troll. Oh no. Yeah, this thing's super strong. It's taken out elves, but then Galadriel is so strong, she takes this thing out with no problem at all. Oh, yeah, she's so good, it's not even a danger for her. She was never in danger at all. That's kinda... So the main character's never in any danger? Never, because she's so good. Not super exciting, actually. Not a danger on her horizon. Nothing's a threat for her. And so they're basically sending her there to get rid of her. Oh, so what does she do? Well, just as they're getting there, she decides to jump off the ship into the water. Is she planning to swim back to Middle Earth? Yeah, that's the plan. Oh my God, you're serious. She's Galadriel. She can do anything.
On the flip side, we are seeing the continual emasculation of men in movies and TV shows. Loki, who was the main antagonist in the first Avengers movie, has since become quite emasculated in the more recent TV show called Loki.
It was only ever just to keep me going. How about you? You're a prince. Must have been would-be princesses? Or perhaps another prince?
A bit of both. I suspect the same as you, but nothing ever...
real.
You! Sif! You conniving, craven, pathetic worm! You did this! What? Ow. I hope you know you deserve to be alone, and you always will be.
All right. A bad memory prison? How quaint.
Again, like with the other movies and TV shows we have covered so far, the titular male character, Loki, comes across as extremely weak and effeminate, while we have this female character named Sif slapping, kneeing, and humiliating Loki. Clearly, there's something deeper going on with these movies and TV shows than what meets the eye. We see something extremely similar in Thor: Love and Thunder, which has been described as the gayest Marvel movie yet.
Thor: Love and Thunder is the gayest Marvel movie yet, written and directed by a man with the mind of a 7-year-old. And that's not even my take on the movie, that's what the people responsible for selling it to us are saying.
In this movie, we see Jane, just a regular human, instantly transform into a superhero who can wield Mjolnir, Thor's hammer. And of course, while Thor comes across as a comical character who can't really be taken seriously, Jane becomes an extremely powerful character who is absolutely necessary to save the day.
See, it turns out that Jane's got cancer and she only has a few months to live, so she's hoping the Asgardians can use their advanced technology to help her out. But oh no, then Gore shows up to attack the place, and then Thor shows up to stop him, and there's a big old fight, and Mjolnir reforges itself to transform Jane into CGI Natalie Portperson, because apparently having a terminal illness somehow makes you worthy of wielding it.
Some say there is no problem with movies and TV shows like these presenting strong female leads. Of course, these entertainment corporations have the right to do whatever they want. However, there is a reason why these recent movies and TV shows have received a lot of criticism and have not been performing as well as other movies and TV shows in the past. This is because these strong female main characters come across as one-dimensional and unrealistic, and not actually as role models to look up to. And when we juxtapose this with portrayals of men as effeminate and weak alongside these strong female main characters, the audience clearly recognizes that there is an agenda happening, that a woke message is being communicated.
Today we see a huge and notable shift in the way films approach writing men. Even in the most action-oriented franchises, we start to see men in state of distress, immense vulnerability, weakness, hopelessness, slowly but effectively stripping them from all the toxic alpha male crap that was pushed towards the young boys for centuries and begin to reveal them as normal, breathing, living humans with vulnerabilities that both boys and girls can relate to. But as we witnessed more and more male characters expressing vulnerability, weakness, and humanity, more stoic and wooden female leads became. It's as if as the idea of female leads became more prominent in Hollywood and more male leads emancipated, the toxic concepts that burden men in the media started to infect a whole new gender. Therefore, while men started to get variety of types of characters like goofy ones, the heroic ones, the playboy types, women started to get strong female characters, whatever that means.
The ungodly goal of movies and TV shows like the ones we have mentioned is androgenizing men and women so that they become essentially the same, eliminating the God-given distinction that God created them with. Certainly, men can and should be sensitive, and women should be strong. But we should recognize that there are certainly very distinct differences between men and women, as well as in the roles God has given them within the family, church, and society as a whole. Listen to what John MacArthur says about the need for strong men.
That's why there's discipline in the church. There's discipline in the church so that the church can maintain the necessary reality of what men and women should be before God for the sake of the glory of God and the next generation. Being a good father is far more than spending time with your children, playing with your children, hauling them around to events. It's showing them what an uncompromising, courageous, godly life looks like. This culture has turned on God, eliminated His Word. The Bible and the Gospel is an enemy. The leaders of this nation have no interest in God or in His Word, and they are basically running this country right into hell as fast as they can. The only thing that's going to stop this is not a group of feminized men who thinks God just wants to give them what they want so they can be happy. What this world needs is not sensitive men. It needs strong men.
Thank you so much for watching. If you like these videos and want to help support this channel, the best way to do it is to just watch these videos until the end and click the subscribe button. Thank you so much for your support and encouragement.